Hello tonight. This is CJ. This is the Rockwire podcast. Man, we have a threesome of hair metal bands for you, man. We got 3 new singles by some bands that we personally love. And let's just lead with the most popular of the 3. The new one from Tesla, Cold Blue Steel. Brad, what do you think of the new one, Cold Blue Steel?
You know, it sounds like they've been rejuvenated. They got some energy again. Great intro. I loved how both guitars blended in well throughout the whole song. They were missing something for a while, and they got it back. But I didn't remember having the deep tones of the bass and drums for Tesla. It was cool.
Man, this song just set the tone right off the bat when JK drops this bullshit line right out of the gate. You know, so Cold Blue Steel, we're talking about the heat. We're talking about the metal. We're talking about the 6-shooter. We're talking about the gun, right? So is this a pro-gun song? It's not. This is kind of an anti-gun song. Yes or no? What do you guys think?
Maybe it's a different kind of gun that shoots the love juice.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's not that the love gun. So here's I think it's definitely an anti-violence song. That is for sure. But I think it's an anti-gun song because JK sneaks a line in there. Go ahead and dump them all at the bottom of the sea towards the end of the song. So I think we know what's going to the bottom of the sea, and I don't think he's talking about my 12 gauge. Derek, have you finally got your shit together? Huntsmansupply.com.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I don't know what Beefcake's talking about. Oh, they finally got their shit together. I don't know, when didn't they have their shit together, Brad? I don't know what you're talking about. Number one is it's a super cool opening. And what's really cool about it is it has very like the sleazy rock guitars that normally I'd think about maybe Junkyard-ish kind of a little bit. But they come in fast, they come in hard. I do like the bass line. Brad, you touched on that. The bass line, or I think it was Brad, someone very smart. And
wasn't our host.
Really cool bass line on that. Just a nice groove. I thought the guitar work was really good. They changed it up a lot. And I don't know if there's down strumming like you like to talk about, but it sounded like something kind of cool like that. The vocal kind of sliding that Jeff Keith does, he's so good. His voice is just like he never left. He sounds just like he did. It's 30 years ago. It's so very cool. I don't know. The more and more I listen to the song, how they harmonize on the chorus. At first, the chorus bothered me, but the more I listened to it, it sounded fantastic. And it's one of these 3 songs. It's neck and neck with my top song. So,
had that. I liked how you did that little pause. That's kind of what they did coming out of the solo.
Yeah, they do that. They stop lots of times and kind of go silent, and then you hit that guitar, and oh, yeah, so good.
All right, man. Junkyard, Cold Blue Steel.
Ooh.
All right, so a band that you and I both love, Derek, from Hollywood, California, Junkyard. The new one, Lifer, was just out. Lay it on me, man. Do you love the rock and roll Lifer?
You know what? It is, I hate saying this, but it is classic Junkyard. Okay, the rock and roll Lifers, and they start out the way the song starts out. It's such a clean, cool guitar, and the way they go to the chunky riff. I mean, this song is just straightforward, classic Junkyard rock, just jamming. And the way they do the gang style chorus is whoa, whoa, and I didn't sound as good as they did. And David Roach. God, I love that guy. His voice, he has that grimy feel to his voice. It is so cool. And I don't know how anybody, one of my technical difficulties, as I was leaving, I heard Beefcake say, I had Do they have? Is that the same lead singer? Oh my God! Don't even get me started, Brad. Stop it. But their new music they've come out with, but it is a few years ago they came out with Faded, and Faded was a fantastic riff laden song. And this is another one. They're coming out with as good of music as they had back in the old days as ever. I mean, it blew me away how good this song is. I'm sorry, I'm gushing like a geyser. So please, tell me what you think.
David Roach sounds great on this song. I don't think his vocal has lost a step at all. I really like some of the hard-working blue-collar stereotype Never Say Die lyrics he put in the verses, especially at the beginning of the song. I thought they were all spot on. If I had to nitpick just a little bit, as much as I love this main riff, I just wish it was a little touch sharper, just a little meaner. Brad, what do you think of the new Junkyard, man?
Well, I was late, and I will apologize to the Junkyard fan club. I found them later in life, like a year and a half ago, I will admit. Great opening to the song. It reminded me a little bit of some AC/DC, like they may have been playing with them a little bit. But then in the chorus, it kind of reminds me of Kiss's Strutter. And then you got a little bit of the Who with the chanting, which I know that's Derek's favorite band. But I really felt the layers throughout the song actually played well in the same sandbox. It was well written. I didn't think they could change any of the riffs or nothing. I thought it was perfect. I really loved the sound of the guitar solo. I thought out of all the songs, this had the best tone, the best vibe, the best feel for a guitar solo.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Junkyard, they were really good, but they came out in the early 90s, which was the kiss of death, and grunge got them. Their first album was pretty successful with Hollywood. The second album was commercially a flop, but I actually liked the second album better than the first.
6s, 7s, and 9s.
Yeah, 6s, 7s, and 9s, all the time in the world. Clean the dirt. You got play that album all the way through, Brad. You'll be hooked.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I said I was late to the party, but I do like them.
All right, the new one from Junkyard, Lifer, which brings us to the third hair metal threesome in this little menage a trois of going back to the big hair of the early 90s, late 80s. Tora Tora, Trip the Light, fantastic. How about you lead us off on this one, Brad? What do you think?
Very bluesy riffs. I liked it. They follow a very simple progression throughout the whole entire song, which gives it kind of a feel of a nice like slow jam. I felt, it kind of reminded me a little bit of that band out of Frankenmuth, that Greta Van Zeppelin or whatever the name is. But it was no walking shoes. I was shocked, but I like it.
Derek?
Look, I've always been a Tora Tora fan. I just love their bluesy style of music. And the lead singer, Anthony Corder, or Cordair, if you want to be fancy, he sounds fantastic. He sounds great. He has a very unique voice, and it's very cool, and it lends itself to their bluesy kind of style of playing. And it's funny, Brad, you said something about a jam, because I actually wrote down, it's just kind of a bluesy jam, is what it is. Nothing but on the bad side, I had to take a break because nothing really knocks me out about this song. I mean, I like the chorus. It's a fun little chorus, but it doesn't really have that really catchy stick in your head like the Tesla and the Junkyard song. I mean, those songs I'm thinking about and jamming to. So, I was a little disappointed in that aspect. I mean, I love Tora Tora, and this isn't a bad song. It's just nothing that really, slapped me in the face like those other two.
Yeah, this one is it's a super simple song with, kind of a catchy little hook, Trip the Light, fantastic. I think the real spotlight on this song was just absolutely fantastic lead guitar. And of course they have that kind of bluesy feel that the Tora Tora is kind of thought of. I mean, they're straight out of Memphis, straight from the Beale Street Blues. So it's almost a requirement to have a little bit of hot blues lick in there. And, we talked about David Roach's voice sounding good. And, I think he's still got kind of, I compare him to Mark Slaughter. No one sounds like Mark Slaughter, but I think he's close with he has his own vocal talents, but that's who I compare him with, and I think the voice is still great. And you know what? I dug the new one. I'm glad they're doing new material. It's not as wow, you gotta listen to this like the Tesla and Junkyard songs, but it's neat.
Well, I think his vocal still is strong. Mark Slaughter, unfortunately, he cannot hit the octaves that he used to. So, like when I was saying, hey, I didn't know if this guy was still the original singer, and I had to look it up. It's because I never heard a high note out of it. So, but the song actually, I mean, it's an even keel song.
Yeah. I'll give you some hot blue licks.
All right, guys, we got to wrap it up. So, there's 3 new hair band singles for you. Rock on.
Bands.
Peace out.
Have a
Talk
great
to you guys
evening.
later.
And I'll give you some hot blue licks.